This next piece I'm going to do is entitled Addiction is Real. And once again, I'm Chanel J. Wilson, if you're just joining, multidisciplinary artist and author. Today I've decided to do a series, a collection of poems surrounding a similar theme. My EP that's out is called Black Heart on the Table, A Warrior's Lament. It's volume 1. And when a person laments, they're lamenting a cry based on something that they're going through. So it comes out like a bold cry, like just this wailing thing. And when I wrote the EP, I realized all the songs I was singing had something to do with it. The series title called Black Heart on the Table, I open it with "This is my life." I say, "This is my life." And one of the thesis things from the story of that song is I gotta overcome this, because my heart is overdue for love. With the Black Heart on the Table project, I'm writing about conditional love and how it impacts the human heart. And for me, it's me workshopping out my own life. I'm a 42-year-old woman. I've had some experiences, and just with the experiences that I've had and being an observer of life and an observer of human behavior, I'm realizing, I'm seeing a whole generational shift and change. And I remember a time when it was a little bit different, and I remember how it is now. And so I feel like with the poems that I write and the lament that I cry in some of these things, it can help humanity just do like a check-in. Just look over what's going on and see if we can do something with our secret human behavior, or our behavior that we don't really check. We just let happen. We let the action happen, but then we don't correct the root of it. We let the symptoms of it, but we don't deal with the roots. So this next piece I'm doing is entitled Addiction is Real. This is actually an abridged prose that I did release. And I wrote it during the quarantine. A lot of people, when they were in the quarantine and you're stuck in the house with your relationships, they were finding themselves in just moments of dealing with the reality of what their relationship really was about, because they weren't dealing with the hustle and bustle of life. And for me, I experienced that as well. And I had to write about it to really just for me, when I write something about it, it means I'm dealing with it and I'm ready to be done with it. And so I titled this Addiction is Real. It was actually a lot longer, so I had to shorten it for the book that I wrote and put it in. And then also the plan is to record these and do like an audio book or put it on Bandcamp of some sort. So this one's called Addiction is Real in abridged prose. Why do we chase addiction? Why do we consume? The struggle is real. Addiction is real, but we judge, using the label crackhead and sedate mental health issues all day long. Confuse dysfunctional behavior with actual personality and say, that's who they really are. It is unfair, the false narrative judgment. This quarantine has brought out the highs and lows of everything suppressed. I was reminded of a time in my youth. I remember this man saying, they put dollar beer in the black community. In his conspiracy theory drunken rant, he spoke truth to power. It's like an elixir. F's with your mind got us going crazy. I think it's attached to our melanin. But I like dollar beer. He said that over and over again. But I like dollar beer. I watched him, disenfranchised, broken, neglected in pain and sedating, the only way he knew how, in that old E or that 211, smelly elixir. That man, the man I fell in love with, was drowning himself in the can of dollar beer. I wanted love. I think we both found desperation. I sedated with food. Chicken wings, anything to knock the dank, dry, endless, going nowhere, wanting relief taste out of my mouth. I was frustrated, always chasing this faux American dream. My black American conditional love conditioning slapping me in the face every time. My black womanhood causing people to Jim Crow caricature stereotypically, judge me, and act accordingly. Call me everything but my God-given name. Met with aggression, hatred, and disdain. The stresses of this cold, cold world had all of us pressed. At night, we found warmth in our bed and woke up and made war during the day. Our vices were killing us, and in the process, we bidirectionally threw insults and fists and knives and cups end plates. Why do we hate the ones we're supposed to love? Toxic masculinity? Toxic femininity? Or is it just toxic human energy? We need to go to therapy. Our government owes us therapy for this PTSD. Why are we humans so toxic? It's the unchecked dysfunction brewing within our souls. All the stuff we've seen passed down generation to generation. I just wanted to succeed and win, but we became a statistic in this land. A house built with no foundation, just brokenness, caused by the antebellum. I see what they do to him, yet he sees me as his enemy. He wants to love me, but in so much pain, he can only comprehend me as enemy and not kin. He sees what life does to me, but still sees me as his enemy and admits it in the midst of misguided apologies. As my thoughts track back to this quarantine, and in a fit of rage, he called me a man, like I want to do all this by myself. Generalizes pain with, these females insert anything crazy about intentions. I cry out because I'm lamenting. I'm saying, I need help. I'm not giving you fault. I'm crying out. And I do hear the same cries coming from the man's direction as he sedates in that dollar bill. How do we resolve these issues, grievances amicably without killing each other? Because that's what they want. This quarantine has brought out so many highs and lows, reading reports of domestic situations ending badly, men and women going to early graves, and now we are all pressed, boxed in with our pain, unable to fully sedate the way we want to, need to, so we lash out. We both are in pain. I guess I'll take my black heart off my sleeve and put it on the table for examination. I'm tired of this pain beat banging on my chest. These vices are killing us. We keep numbing the cry and drowning our sorrows in food, chicken wings, reality TV, and dollar beer. The struggle we feel because these pain bodies that we numb through our addiction is real. That piece is very dear to my heart because addiction is real. I used to work in a mental health facility. I've endured a couple of situations in my own personal relationship. And, addiction is real. There's still love there. We are still human, but there's still addiction. And so that's what that piece is all about.